You're like, whatever. So Mr. and Mrs. Rodriguez are driving across the country with their 2 children. They plan on driving a maximum of 10 hours each day. Mr. Rodriguez wants to drive at least 4 hours a day, but no more than 8 hours a day. Mrs. Rodriguez can drive between 2 and 5 hours per day. So we have a system of equations and we need to set them up. So what do you think our equations are? Well, actually, we probably have 3. I'm really sorry that this graph did not come out as well. So they want to drive a maximum of 10 hours, right? So you have Mr. Rodriguez and you have Mrs. Rodriguez. So let's call them M plus F is less than or equal to what? How many hours can they both drive? A maximum of 10, right? Mr. Rodriguez wants to drive at least 4 hours a day, but no more than 8 hours a day. So M is for Mr. Rodriguez. And so he wants to drive how much? Between 4 and 8. Will he drive 4? Yep. Will he drive 8? So he'll drive 4 and 8, but no more than 8. Okay, now what about Miss Rodriguez? And that's less than or equal as well. So we have 3 lines that we have to draw. So the first thing that we have to do is these are going to be ordered pairs, right? So we're going to have Mr. Rodriguez over here. And then at the bottom, we're going to have Mrs. Rodriguez. We gave Mr. Rodriguez the variable of M, and we gave Mrs. Rodriguez the variable of F. And you guys, you could have given different variables. You could have said A, B, you could have done X and Y. It doesn't matter, right? You just have to decide who was M, who was X, and who is Y. And we're just going to number these. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the very top would be 10. Okay, so how are we going to solve the M plus F is less than or equal to 10? How will I do that one? M is in on our Y, right? So we're just going to say M is less than or equal to negative F plus 10. I'm just going to make it look like us in slope-intercept form. That's all I did, was I moved the F to the other side. Now it's in slope-intercept form. M is where my Y is, and the F is where my X is. So I'm going to start at 10. And all of these lines are going to be solid. And my slope is negative 1. So I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1. And just end it like there. Okay. If I plugged in 0, 0, 0 is less than 10, correct? If I plugged in 0 for M and 0 for F, is that a true statement? So we're going to shade really lightly here. Well, some of us are going to shade really lightly. Okay, so that's, I shaded right for the first equation. So for Miss Rodriguez, right? For Miss Rodriguez, I'm going to go over to 2, and I'm just going to draw a vertical line at 2. One, two, three, four, 5, and I'm going to draw a vertical line at 5 because she drives between 2 and 5, correct? Mm-hmm. Well, that's what it says. She drives between 2 hours and 5 hours. So she's driving right here. So I drew again. So this line right here is for the M plus F is less than or equal to 10. These two lines are for the 2 for Miss Rodriguez between 2 and 5. So I drew one at 2, I drew one at 5. Now what am I going to do for Mr. Rodriguez? I'm going to draw, this time instead of a vertical line, I'm going to draw 2 horizontal lines. I'm going to draw one at 4 and one at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line at 4. And it's going to be solid because he'll drive 4 hours. And I'm going to draw one at 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, they're all solid. And we're going to draw so you can see it right here. And I probably not right, that right there I probably made a mistake. Of course, because God forbid I ever do something right for you guys. This part right here is not right because it goes past that line. You don't want to pass that line. So it's right where they intersect. So write and graph a system of inequalities. So we wrote our inequalities and we shaded. On that one, do you guys have to see how you have to be very careful? So when you graph and you shade, make sure you're shading all of it, but lightly enough that you can see it. I like these because I always like border lines because it's easier to see than when you have 3 of them. But we're about to have 3 of them, so. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. Except this time, when we're done graphing, we're going to look for our vertices. There's 3 inequalities, which means we're going to have 3 vertices, which means we're going to make a triangle. If you have 4 vertices, then you would have made a quadrilateral. You guys, I'm not going to say square or rectangle. It's just because a quadrilateral has 4 sides. Are you ready? X is less than or equal to 4. What kind of line is it? Vertical, horizontal, or just a normal graphing line? It is vertical. We're going to go over to 4, and it's solid because it's less than or equal to, so we're going to go to 4, and we're going to draw a solid line at 4. Mrs. Tracy and I have agreed that for every problem that we give you like this, the vertices will be easy to find. So that is this line right here, okay? Let's do y is less than or equal to 9. So x is less than or equal to 4. That means I'm going to shade this way, you guys, over here. This is where I'm shading for that one. So I shaded here for this one. Now I'm going to graph. Notice I made it just light enough that I could still see it. Now I'm going to graph y is less than or equal to 9. Is that a horizontal line, a vertical line, or like a normal line? Horizontal. We're going to go to positive 9 because it's horizontal. And it's solid because it's less than or equal to. So we're going to draw a solid line here. Okay, so again, now you can see where I'm shading. I'm going to make it a little bit darker now. It's less than, so now I'm making it a little bit darker because that's where they intersect. And now I have one more line to graph. Where am I going to start at? Positive 12. And then what am I going to do? I'm going to start at 12. Go down 3 to the right 1. 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. 1, 2. Okay, so I graphed this line right here. I made it dotted because, well, it doesn't have an equal to. And then it says greater than. Well, 0 is not greater than 12, so we would shade here. So this part right here and now what we're going to do is we're going to write those vertices of the triangle. So here, here, and here. So we have 3 vertices. I know one of